Continue my search for people that will be able to help against the vampires. And I'm looking for an engineer this time. You might be able to help with the weapons. The other one was pretty simple, but I'm guessing it's not going to be as simple for the engineer. Well, simple in terms of it was just straightforward combat. So that might involve combat or something else. Let's go a little bit further towards Marcos. Head north. There's a mine just north of Marcos. Forsworn do tend to like to post around that area. Should turn west just a little bit up ahead. Maybe around here.
Sellswords out of my mind.
Watch your tongue, native. We'll leave when we're sure there's no force war here.
Oh, and when would that be, I wonder? When I sell my land to the Silverbloods?
The Silverbloods have made you a very generous offer for this pile of dirt. I suggest you take it.
Ah, shoot. That caused a bit of damage. Okay, fairly close, and there's another dragon grave.
You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here. Oh, just look around, will you? Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least one intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you? Well, then I'm very sorry, but I can't just walk away from this project yet. I understand that, but I really can't leave here without at least one usable piece of dwarven equipment. A single gyro would be enough, I think. Believe me, this is useful stuff.
Alright.
Until next time.
So I'm guessing it's not going to be too far away. Oh, here it is.
What would mud crabs want with my... I understand. A single gyro would be enough, I think. Thank you. Now, where is it Isran expects me to go? Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made. I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. Mm-hmm.
taking a slight shortcut if this works. Sometimes your horse can have an easier time climbing these things. Okay, so that did work.
What was that?
This is a little bit further to the north than I'm used to, but my new work's dead, so in fact, here's Workstead. So not far from Whiterun as well. And the main road that'll take me to ultimately Fort Dawnguard. There's White Run from here. All let's see. Guess Riverwood. Head by Riverwood. Fortunately, impacts like that don't do damage. Still on my way to Fort Dawnguard. But it shouldn't take too long. Nearly took the wrong road.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Be easy hunting now with all the wolves around. The only thing that would be a concern would be the saber cats. And probably the bears. Instead of turning left, the key is to go forward. Right here, eventually you get to a road that turns to the right. It'll take you to Riften. Okay, got hit by a spider. Just follow this and it should take me to it. But I'll go a little bit cross country at the moment instead of following it. This should take me south of Riften. The only bad thing about it, these wolves while on the horse, is the fact that if you get off the horse will charge the wolves. The other way. So you can often run into a lot of enemies in a very short period. Maybe in 2 saber cats. I prefer to avoid them. Three saber cats in a very small area. There. Regenerate just a little bit, then heal him again.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Hope you're getting along with Isran. He takes some getting used to. Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad. I wonder what we're up against here. I've only heard stories. Not sure if any of them are true. Like that they were supposed to guard some vampire here, but wound up all becoming vampires themselves when they saw how powerful he was. And then preyed on the rift until finally someone put them down. I guess it doesn't matter now. At least Isran is trying to do something noble with the name. I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out. With mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me? I'll buy whatever you're looking to get rid of.
Don't think I picked up anything new too much. These things. No, yeah. I need bolts. And 140 is a good start.
Good day.
What are you looking at? Soreen needs help with her project to improve our crossbows. And if that doesn't interest you, speak with Gunmar. He has something for you. Mm-hmm.
That was just lying around? Good find. Oh, did you need something? Speak with Gunmar. He has something for you. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hope you're getting along with Isran.
Here we are.
Takes some getting used to.
It begins again. I fear for what is to come. I've located the whereabouts of a vampire masquerading as a common citizen. Track him down and dispose of him. Tread lightly. The law is unaware of the danger and will treat you as a criminal if you are caught.
I like what he's
Cozy
done.
little place, isn't this?
Good to see someone else who's really prepared.
Like crazy stretch.
Okay, now to talk to
Need something?
Ishran. He's way up there.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me. The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. He just became absorbed, obsessed. He was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll. I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong. Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong. You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it. Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half-continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skryim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before you know, the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit. That's a long story. I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from? Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. I think mostly I hate what it's done to my family. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
I'd say so.
A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift. Especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here. And I'm alive. I won't give this up.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
Okay, so... quite a few places around Skryim I need to go. One is Winterhold. Hide and seek, and this technology as well. Schematic is here, not too far away. And the other one. Here. Discreetly killed advisor. Both of these are on their way. This water right here is probably from an older legend, and that is that vampires being unable to cross moving water. Somewhat of a cross here. So that probably goes back to several legends. Specifically, talking about the water, but that's not really been a major stay in vampire stories for some time now.
mortal you still are. What have you got? There you are.
Probably going to run into quite a few like that.
Where'd you come from?
Your blood cold.
What have you got?
That's a lot of vampires to take on at one time.
Here we go.
Seems like those 4 of them.
Show you how mortal you still are.
Oh, but I will have
Stop struggling. I'll give you a swift and beautiful death. The night belongs to us.
Shoot. I mean, just at the time of which I aim and hit him. Actually, they're coming right after me.
Cowards. Their blood will not protect you. Master.
This is a pain in the ass to have this right after coming out of this thing.
That's all you've got? I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm not gonna die like this.
Justice! No more! I yield! I yield!
Made a mistake. Guess everything seems to be okay. Still do not know why this Imperial would want to attack me.